It's starting again. Hey everybody, it's Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Several major U.S. retailers have announced shortages. Costco is the one I'm thinking about right now. Shortages in toilet paper, water, things like that. Things that we use on a daily basis. So that got me to thinking. Weak areas, shortages, stuff like that. It's always the bottled water. Why? Because people know that in a bad situation that they may not be able to get water, and that water is essential to life. I also feel it's probably one of the weaker areas of a lot of preppers. And no, I'm not just reiterating what TJ Bear Independent said recently, because he just talked about this. Yes, I know. I'm not trying to play off of just what he said. He made some good points, though. Very good points. And I feel it is a weak area for a lot of people. For us particularly, I feel I could definitely do better in that area. Although living in the area I live in, there's water all around me to replenish my water stores. You may not be in that situation. You may want to think about that. Also, make sure you're stacking up that toilet paper. You know, it's really important because that's the first thing that goes. Yeah, I just think it's so funny. I laugh when I go to the store and I see everybody walking over the toilet paper and then it not being there. And I just walk past. Yeah, there's other methods to use other than toilet paper. But anyway, shortages being reported. I mean, here we go again. And when people see, the thing is, when people see those shortages or they see less on the shelves, they tend to buy more. Because they are like, whoa, I can't get that anymore. How come I can't get that anymore? Oh, I got to go over here and get it somewhere else. And so then somewhere else has less. And then the panic grows and stuff like that. So we don't play into panic here as preppers. If you're here in this channel, you're of the preparedness mindset. So we are proactive, not reactive. But first, if you guys like the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, comment below, share the videos, do all the things. And do that to the other prepper channels too also. A rising tide lifts all ships. Let's lift up the whole community. So a lot of good prepper channels out there, a lot of good people trying to hit it from different areas, different angles. And just like I mentioned TJ's video, I don't ever watch YouTube. I happened to watch his video last night. My wife and I listened to it. Good video, good content, love his content, stuff like that. And he's doing good work. I highly suggest checking him out, checking out his Grindstone Ministries, helping out other people. That's very important. But no, I'm not just a Bear Independent shill. Even though I like his channel, there's a lot of stuff we need to think about. And shortages are here again in a lot of places. You may not be seeing it in your area specifically, but if it's in one area, it's going to creep to other areas. So you got to think about that. So stockpiling tangible goods is very important. Stockpiling food, water, the basics. Yesterday's video I talked about 3 things that were a little less than basic. We talked about batteries, magnified optics, and thermal night vision optics. Those are all very good things to have, and yes, they are very good force multipliers. But those things, whereas they are awesome to have, they will be very helpful. You don't have to have them. You have to eat, you have to drink water, you have to keep yourselves alive. And with these shortages on here, or building under the near horizon, we need to be thinking about things like that proactively. Okay, if there's shortages in this area, what's it going to spread to next? And we need to be ahead of the game. Like I said, proactive, not reactive. We need to be filling any gaps in our preps ahead of the horde, the golden horde of people, the sheeple out there that don't get it and they don't prepare. We need to be doing things ahead of them so that we don't run into the shortages. We need to be filling any of our gaps, solidifying our positions, and making sure that we have the things we need. Oh man, it's chilly out here today. Bit of a breeze, and I'm sitting here shaking a little bit. Sorry about that. It's very important to think ahead. Think about what you have now, what you're gonna need. What are you gonna need this winter? It's cold out here. It's getting colder. What do you need that you haven't squared away yet? What have you been procrastinating? Hopefully nothing. As preppers, we cannot procrastinate. We have to stay ahead of the game. We have to be aware of what's going on around us also, so that we can react instantly to what is going on. And we can react in a way that puts us a step ahead of everybody else out there trying to get what they need. Most people only have a day, maybe 2, possibly 3 of food in their houses where they live. Grocery stores, they only have a couple days. There's no big back warehouse, storehouse like they used to do, grocery stores. They had a back room where they had all this stock and they brought it out to the shelves. No, it's all on the shelves. You don't realize that, but what they have is on the shelves. Some of them I get it, like Walmart, you see they have a big back area. That's for shipping and receiving. They receive stuff in and that pretty much immediately goes onto the shelves. They don't have much back there anymore. So it's a very on-demand supply system. We need to be aware of that. We need to be proactive. We need to be thinking ahead. If we're already seeing shortages at Costco, maybe other stores, I've heard of a couple others. I just forget the name, which ones they were and where they were. It's not just an across-the-board thing. There's shortages everywhere. It's, spot here, spot there right now. But like I said, it'll spread. And with the issues with offloading container ships, that'll add to the problems. With the issues of all the lots of farmers being paid double to mow their crops under, that will create more problems. It's all a snowball effect. All this stuff interacts, or everything in our society now is so intertwined that one thing affects another. We're not an agrarian society anymore where people will provide for themselves. Pluses and minuses to that, the whole industrial age and stuff, but I hope that people get back to that. Growing their own food. You see around me all the time, I talk about my garden, growing my own food, shortly to be raising my own animals, although I have sources of animals all around me. And that's part of building your tribe, building your community, interacting with others. I have a big garden. I know people that have animals. They don't have a big garden. Trade, barter, build those relationships. Try to move towards self-sufficiency as much as possible. I've talked about this in past videos. Homesteading. We call this the AP homestead. It's not huge. I call this a micro homestead because it's not on 20, 50, 100 acres, which would be really nice, but it's not. We make use of the space we have. And I live rural. I'm not saying I don't live in a neighborhood. We have, people around us have acres and stuff. But anything you can do to have those two worlds meet, right there, homesteaders and preppers. Preppers need to be trying their darndest to be more self-sufficient, like homesteaders. Growing your own food, raising your own animals, doing your own things like that. Homesteaders, you just got to stockpile some food, get some extra stuff, can your excess, get your preps in order. It's key. These two communities work together and become more like each other. But anyway, there are shortages on the horizon. Some shortages are already here. Just be mindful of it. Think about it. Be proactive. Think ahead. Try to stay ahead of the horde, like I said. But anyway, check out the links in the description below. There's a lot of good stuff in there. There's Olight discount codes. There's My Patriot Supply, the Ready Hour food through my affiliate website. Good stuff. It's one way to do your food storage. There's Patreon. We talk about a lot of good stuff there. Security, defensive, all the stuff that's not conducive to this platform. My email is on there, asymmetricalpreparedness@gmail.com. I try my best to keep up with that. Sometimes it's daunting. There's a lot of emails out there, but I really appreciate you guys. Yes, please subscribe. And check back often to make sure you're subscribed. People get unsubscribed by the droves. Yep, it's a constant fight against the algorithm. They don't like people like you. They don't like people like me. They don't like people empowering themselves through preparedness. The system likes people that are easy to control, and we're not easy to control, and I like that. That's the point of it. I want to be free and independent. I don't want to be controlled. I just want to live my life, do my things, raise my kids, have fun, grow my garden, and do the things. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.